Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of our venture in the visual novel If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary. In the last episode, we're getting more context as to how Isuka and Tatsuya had met along with Amane in the whole ordeal back in their days in school. And one of the things in particular is apparently Tatsuya was not really part of the group, but in fact had just helped out a few things here and there in helping out Amane and Isuka. And then Amane, who took the boldest of steps because she didn't really care too much about any type of embarrassment, went over to Tatsuya while he was with his group of friends and actually asked him if he would be interested in joining the Soaring Club. Now, this totally freaked out Isuka, and Tatsuya literally just said, okay, let me see what you're about first. Now, nobody sneered or anything like that, so it was quite interesting, and it took Isuka by surprise. So that's where we last were in the last episode, so let's see how the reactions carry forth and what, of course, then progresses after that. Let's check it out. People around were shocked and said things like, "Are you for real?" Or, "I thought you weren't going to join a club."
ああ、構わないぞ。なあ、いいすか。
Wow.
というわけだ。いつでも見に来るといい。
Just like that.
はあ、こんな場所で活動してるんだ。
Days later, Tatsuya came by to see the Soaring Club, just as he said he would.
ああ、イスカが見つけてきたんだ。
君、イスカって言うんだ。
あ、そうだった。自己紹介まだだったね。僕はミサギイスカ。一応部長です。
五十嵐達也。よろしく、イスカ。
Isuka stared at him like an idiot when he lightly and refreshingly called her by name.
やっぱりかっこいいな。
Oh yeah, she's head over heels right there. By Isuka's perception, his face had strong, sharp features. But his eyes were kind and gave off a warm, gentle feeling.
私は望月あまねだ。よろしくな、達也。何するんだ、イスカ。
I want to know that too.
何いきなり呼び捨てにしてんのよ、慣れ慣れしい。
Does he have a problem with it? If he doesn't have a problem with it, what's the problem? And why you gotta hit folk? That's wrong. Stop hitting folk.
達也は達也だろ。他にどんな呼び方があるんだ。そりゃ普通は五十嵐くんとかさ。
どうかしたの？
Yeah, dude, someone's being way too formal. Tatsuya was shaken a little by their conversation.
なんでもないの。
Yeah, sure it ain't.
ああ、イスカが私の脇腹に肘鉄をしただけだ。
肘鉄。
Mm-hmm.
余計なこと言うんじゃないの。
Cause it's the truth.
いちいちうるさいやつだな。私は客観的事実に基づいて説明しているだけだぞ。
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
仲いいんだな、君たち。
Tatsuya laughed a little, watching their little spat.
まあイスカと私は親友だ。
The way Amane said it made Isuka happy, and she could feel herself unconsciously blushing. Tatsuya looked at them a little enviously. Afterward, they explained what they did at the club to Tatsuya.
僕らの活動はとてもシンプルだよ。このグライダーをレストアして空を飛ぶんだ。
They had cleaned the old glider sitting in the corner of the garage, but they hadn't actually done any sort of real repairs to it yet.
へえ、これがグライダーか。
ジェットエンジンもプロペラもなしで空を飛ぶんだ。すごいでしょ。
ああ。
Tatsuya nodded as he took Tatsuya nodded as he took a look around the interior and exterior of the body.
こんなので空が飛べるんだ。
私はやめた方がいいと散々言ってるんだがな。イスカが聞かなくて。
Oh, there's our thumbnail. Right there, there's our thumbnail. That shows you the Soaring Club right there, because I'm assuming he joined after that.
あんたはうるさいの。
Yeah, good friends telling each other to shut up.
飛びたいって思ってるのはイスカなんだ。
そう。
面白そうだな。
Tatsuya didn't look at Isuka one bit, but just continued gazing at the aircraft from different angles. He seemed to be interested. Isuka almost felt elated from that.
グライダーって大会とかあるんだろ？レストアしたらそれを目指したりするの？
あ、モーニンググローリーって知ってる？
モーニンググローリー？いや。
Isuka showed him the journal that a previous tenant of the garage had left there. She showed him the picture she had found inside. That does look cool, though. Tatsuya seemed to have a loss for words after seeing the photo. It was like it had just blown him away.
僕らはここを目指してるんだ。
Tatsuya looked up with surprise.
これはね、昔このガレージにいた人たちがグライダーで飛んで撮影した写真なの。
Passed down from generation to generation.
この雲はね、数十年に一度この風が浦に現れるんだって。
こんな空が風が裏に。
Tatsuya couldn't seem to believe it. He had been born in Kazagawa, but he'd probably never seen a cloud like that. He looked at the photo again and said,
本気で目指してるのか。
Isuka's heart froze at the question. She pondered what would happen if she told him she was. She was concerned that he might laugh. And even if he didn't laugh, he might be shocked or drawn back. Everyone that they'd spoken to was like that. They'd say it was impossible, or it was a wasted effort, or just call them crazy. But she didn't want to lie to him. Not to someone she liked, in a place that she loved, about the way of life that she loved.
本気だよ。そのためにソアリング部を作ったんだもん。
Tatsuya opened his eyes wide after hearing what she said. And he said,
やっぱりだ。思ってた通りの子だった。
Tatsuya said as if he was talking to himself.
家の手伝いがあるから毎日ってわけにはいかないんだけど、それでもいいかな。
Look, she totally shocked.
入部だよ。そのために俺に声かけたんだろ。
いや、で
もなあ、やっぱ毎日じゃないとダメかな。
ダメじゃない。でもいいの？友達と遊んだりとか。
ん？まあ、あいつらと遊ぶのもいいけど、でもこっちの方が断然面白そうだ。
To this day, Isuka still remembers that dazzling smile Tatsuya gave her. Maybe that was the moment she fell in love with him.
決まりだな。
Without any regard to her heart practically jumping out of her chest, Amane had wrapped up the conversation. And so, Tatsuya joined the Soaring Club, and they all started working on their dreams in earnest. When did Isuka start having feelings for... Wait. Oh, okay, this is Tatsuya now. When did Tatsuya start having feelings for Isuka? Without a doubt, it was when he first found out about her. Then when did he fall in love? That part isn't very clear to him. That was because he'd never truly fallen in love before. So he did not really know what love really was. So when Tatsuya realized he was in love, it was well after the fact. The first time he met spotted her, was right after school had started. Tatsuya was absent-mindedly looking at the scenery from the window when he saw someone climbing a tree at the back of the campus.
何やってんだあの子
He found out later that she climbed up there to try to help a cat that was stuck. But the cat jumped down, trying to run away from her, leaving her up there. The view was so nice, he just decided to stay up there and bask in the sun. That's what Isuka had told him later. She was so reckless and carefree. This was how he had come to know Isuka. He laughed, thinking how it reminded him of how his childhood friends would play pranks. Since then, Tatsuya would keep his eye out for her, and before he knew it, he had fallen for her. Tatsuya had been longing for a chance to talk to her, and when he saw them struggling in the workshop, he mustered up the courage and talked with them. He never imagined that they'd invite him to join their club a few days later. The Soaring Club was actually really engaging. Amane was a well-known genius, and Isuka balanced her out with her crazy ideas. Being with those two made Tatsuya think that he could be just as amazing as them.
木で型を作るのはやめといた方がいいあれは職人技だ
五十嵐君でも無理なの？
木は触ったことないからなうちの工場で扱ってるのは主に金属だし
簡単そうに見えるんだがあんたコンタクトにひびでも入ってるんじゃない？なあ達也私のメガネを知らないか？どこかになくしてしまったんだ
いや知らないが
Tatsuya knew that Isuka had hidden them somewhere by the way she snickered, but he didn't say anything.
でもメガネよりコンタクトの方がいいんじゃないか
どうしてだ？
そっちの方が似合ってるからだよ前かけてたメガネはちょっとやぼったかったな
Hey, I like glasses. I actually do need to get another pair.
やばいコンタクトにしてアマネの女子力が上がってるこのままじゃ五十嵐くんがでもメガネも悪くないんじゃないかなだってそっちのが賢そうに見えるじゃん知的っていうかさそうかそれも悪くないな私はバカだからなだから明日からメガネに戻そう僕が探してきてあげるいやでもこのままでいい鼻の上が軽くて疲れないんだ
Sometimes they would have unique conversations between just the two of them. It was like the two of them were in their own little world, and you couldn't tell unless you were up close to see it. Isuka was always looking at Amane, which made Tatsuya a little jealous on the inside. Oh wow, so now we're really getting context here.
このパラシュート使ってさ屋上から飛んでみようかな
You sure about that? Alright.
なんでそんなことをするんだだって修復が終わるのってまだまだ先でしょ待ちきれないんだもんやるのは勝手だがその程度の高さからだとパラシュートで減速する前に地面に激突するぞまた夢のないことを言うあんたにはロマンを感じる心はないの
It's one thing to have a sense of adventure, it's another to be reckless.
ロマンとやらでパラシュートが機能するなら見せてもらいたいものだが。やってやる、見せてやる。
待て待て待て。
Tatsuya hastily stopped her. He was pretty sure it was just a joke, but Isuka was the type of girl that would actually go through with it sometimes.
一日でも早く機体を修復しよう。俺がお前を飛ばせてやるから。
五十嵐君。
Whenever Tatsuya felt jealous of Amane, he always told himself that he'd be the one to get Isuka flying. Then maybe he'd earn a place in her heart. He loved seeing her look up at the sky. He was fascinated by the way she would talk about her dreams, never wavering. He wanted to see Isuka fly in the sky.
五十嵐君が入ってくれて本当によかったよ。
褒めるのはテストフライトを成功させてからにしてくれ。
ぶっちゃけ僕と天音だけだったらそこさえ目指せなかったから。なんだ達也ばっかり。
Like Isuka said, Tatsuya was more of a handyman. There were lots of things he could do, like study, sports, or construction. Tatsuya must have had a knack for those things, so it didn't take much to acquire new skills. But that was it. There was nothing special about him. Tatsuya wasn't a genius like Amane, nor did he have a dream like Isuka. He didn't have a strong desire to do anything in particular. That's why he wanted to do something for Isuka. He wanted to look up to the sky with her and help her reach her dream. As time went on, Tatsuya started enjoying the club for the club itself, not only because he could spend time near Isuka. They made it a plan, put it on track, and eventually things began to take shape. Doing so would delight their friends and loved ones. Tatsuya would be able to share the happiness with Isuka. He didn't need to tell Isuka how he felt. Just being like this made him happy enough.
よーし、早速やるか。
And let's see how that progresses on the next episode. Oh man, well, I'll tell you one thing. It's great to be able to convey feelings through your services like handyman and all that stuff, but when it really comes down to it, as things have panned out in the previous episodes as we saw between Tatsuya and Isuka, you have to let the person of interest know how you really feel. You have to let them know that. All this indirect communication, it's kind of a hit and miss. But with that, I want to thank everyone for watching this video this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you'd like to see more and you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. And also don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.